So now we are going deeper into Atma Nirvriti. Before going ahead, this chapter is based completely upon your understanding that the world is a projection. Did you all watch the science video? Everyone, show me a thumbs up. Hopefully you have understood what we did in our experimentation in chapter 3 as well as what was explained in the science video. So now we are moving ahead on the same lines. Yes. Before we go to chapter 4, let us quickly recap what we have done in the last session. We all understood that our direct experience gives us only awareness. It does not matter what I'm looking for. If I'm looking at sight or sound or taste, touch, smell, I could not find any of these. All that I found was awareness. And this was also confirmed by the group of neuroscientists in the World Science video. They said senses do not gather information correctly because reality is colorless, shapeless, it is odorless, it is tasteless, it is touchless. It is also soundless. It's just electromagnetic radiation. How many of you have watched the movie Matrix? In Matrix, what did they show? That our world is nothing but how it is in a computer program. The truth is just 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, that's how electromagnetic radiation is. Yes, if you look carefully at the picture behind me, look behind the forms, you can see just the matrix. That's how this world is. It is actually an electromagnetic radiation. There are no sights, no sounds, no touch, no taste, no smell, nothing there. We project sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. So what you see on the top, the blue color, is our own projection. The world is simply electromagnetic radiation. Our minds, basically, and our senses do not have the capacity to translate electromagnetic radiation. Therefore, because of this incapability, our mind and senses construct reality and project our own selves outside. So, perception, what you think is perception in the world, is nothing other than the projection of my inner condition. I project sight, shape, color. I project sound. I project sensation or touch. I project smell. I project taste. And then I say, I am perceiving taste, I am perceiving smell, I am perceiving shapes and colors and forms, I am perceiving sounds. In reality, my own projection is perception. So the scientist said a very beautiful thing, that because we all project our own minds outside, it is like we have a common interface. Yes. Though the interface has a lot of loopholes because everybody's interface now becomes very personal. Yeah. So it is not necessary that one person sees this yellow color and another person also sees the same color. Maybe the other person sees orange but has learned to call orange yellow. Yeah. So it is a very personal world that we project. There are a lot of flaws in this common interface. Yes, and because the ego wants continuity, it wants logical continuity, it wants permanence. It does not like the gaps in reality, so it patches it up with assumptions. We project our assumptions, we fill in the gaps. Yeah? We patch up and construct reality with our own expectations in the event of a lack of evidence. So, perception is inside out. That's what the scientist said. Perception is not outside in, perception is inside out. Perception is an illusion. So, we create a lot of our own experiences by projecting them. So, homework number 1 for you for this week, see if you can recognize this in your direct experience, that I am projecting this and I am perceiving what I am projecting. Yeah. Very beautifully, one of them ended the talk saying that perception is a controlled hallucination. It's controlled. And what we call reality is something that we have the same hallucination. Okay, you're also seeing the same thing, I also see the same thing. Good, we shake hands. This is reality. We agree on those hallucinations that are aligned. So, one of them also said the most important thing is that we don't just perceive this world of objects and people and situations, we perceive ourselves equally. Ourselves means this body-mind complex. Yeah? There are some changes in the body-mind complex. We perceive the change and then we decide, oh, this change means I need to cry. Or this change means I should laugh. And we actually react to that perceived change in the body-mind complex. This was very beautifully outlined by the Buddha first, 2500 years ago in his scriptures, and which is so amazing to see scientists come to the same thing. Perception is simply an illusion. Our experiments that we did on chapter 3, when you went to look for form, you could not find form, you could not find sight, you could not find shapes and colors, you could not find sense of seeing, and you could not find a seer. All you found was awareness. Same with sounds and sense of hearing and hearer. All you could find was awareness. So keep this very important thing in mind before we go into chapter 4. So you're going to keep referencing this. And when I looked for the smell, for the odor, for the sense of smelling, I looked for the smeller. I could not find them. I could only, in my direct experience, find awareness. Same for touch, sensation, touching, toucher. You could only find awareness. Same for thoughts and feelings and thinking and thinker or feeler. There was no I. There was only awareness. So, keeping this at the back of the mind, we move into chapter 4. Now you can open your PDF. Chapter 4. Bodhatinnu Vishayatolu Sambandhamilla. Knowledge is always unconnected with objects. This title also will get easier to understand as we proceed with this chapter. So we'll move on to verse 4.1. Ariyunnengilum satyamai Varavishyayam dridam Kayaril sarpaminnullu Buddhiyandavadillayo. The knowledge of a thing does not prove the thing's existence. The knowledge of a thing does not prove the thing's existence. Is there not the knowledge of a serpent in a rope and the knowledge of objects in a dream? We'll do 4.1 and 4.2 together. Adinal Vishaya Jnanam Vishayasthidhi Yeddume Kannike Yalla Bodham Than Ragashikukkayam Swayam. The knowledge of a thing does not show the thing's nature, but only shows knowledge. So let's understand from one of the examples that Atmananda himself gave. Let's look at dreams. It is something that I experience every night. I don't experience the serpent and rope every day. So let's look at the most frequent occurrence in my life, in direct experience. So in direct experience, every night when you are sleeping, the awareness is at rest, in deep sleep. In my direct experience, there is no world, there is no I. Yes? In a way, there is no duality. When I say there is no world, there is no I, what am I saying really? There is no duality in the state of deep sleep. I'm starting with the state of deep sleep here. So there is no world, there is no duality that I'm experiencing in the state of deep sleep. The witness is at rest. The darkness of deep sleep is called Maya. Why is it called Maya? Because here the witnessing awareness or the witnessing consciousness that witnesses an object, because there is no physical object to witness, there is no mental object to witness, the witness is also resting. Yes, but it is still not called the state of no objects. Why? Because the potentiality of the dreaming world and the waking world is in the seed form. You understand seed, right? A seed is that which is buried in the earth, and from that emerges the sprout from which comes the bark of the tree, the branches, then the leaves, the flowers, the fruit. So the potentiality of that entire tree is hidden in the seed. Yes, that's why the deep sleep state is called bijam, like a seed. It is in the seed form. And what is the potentiality of the seed? All my dream experiences, all my waking experiences, all that potentiality is there. But right now it is in the seed form, in the deep sleep state. So all that I see in my direct experience of the deep sleep state is darkness. There is nothing. It is complete darkness, yet it is not called the state of no objects, because there is this potentiality of the dream starting any moment. So you can say, in a way, there is no apparent duality. In a way. But it is not completely free of duality. That is why I said earlier, in a way, there is no duality. Now, because it has the potentiality, what happens? From that deep sleep emerges a dream. Yes. When the dream emerges, in that dream, both the dream world of people, situations, things, and the dream character both arise at the same time, immediately. The dream character has to be there in that dream world. Otherwise, who will experience the dream world? So, in the dream phase, what is happening? I, the dream character, I have forgotten that I am the person sleeping there. I have voluntarily, willingly forgotten myself and taken the form of that dream character. Very happily, I go into my own imagination. I step into my own imagination. We all experience this every night. Yes, this is all very direct experience, what Atmananda is talking about. So every night this happens. I forget myself. I forget everything. I become voluntarily and willingly the dream character and I step into the dream world. To recognize the dream world, I have to become the dream character in the dream world. Now, when I am the dream character, do I notice the objects in the dream as dream objects or as real objects? Everything is real. I see all those buildings, I see the church, I see the park or the people or whatever. Everything that comes in under the sense of sight or in vision, I consider as real. It as real. I consider sound as real. I consider taste as real. I consider touch as real. Smell as real. I, the dream character, never ever recognize that all these are unreal. Correct? Can you draw a parallel between your dream and your waking now? You never consider anything here as unreal. So, what is seeing, perceiving over there? If they are not real objects, you know that in your dream there is no real church and building over there, there is no real wings that you have developed and you're not really flying. Then what is seeing, perceiving? Seeing is perceiving only seeing. Seeing is not perceiving any objects because there are no objects of sight in the dream. Then what is the dream character seeing then if there are no objects of sight in the dream? The dream character is seeing the dreamer's mind. It is the dreamer's mind which is getting projected here, right? Yeah. So the wings are the dreamer's mind. The flying over the city is the dreamer's mind. All the buildings, the church, whatever is seen in vision is nothing but the dreamer's mind. Yes. In the dream, you only see your own mind. In short, you only see yourself. How? Thoughts are nothing but images, and you create those images. You create your own images out of your own construct of reality, whatever you have projected. Now, this image making inside is what you are terming as seeing. 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 This image making is termed as seeing. Seeing is actually only image making. It is an illusion. It is not a vision. It is an illusion, not a vision. For the dreamed character, there is a world of matter outside. The buildings are there and everything is there. They are all separate from her because she's flying in the sky and she feels, oh, my mind is separate. I am separate from the world of matter. But really, look from the dreamer's point of view. Are they two separate entities? Is there really matter and spirit, or matter and really I there? Is there a duality? No. It is all one single dream. Yes. Write down a few questions for inquiry for yourself, and you do the inquiry. Question number 1. Is a separate world of people, situations, and things made of matter being experienced by the dreamed character? Dreamed character is the one flying in the sky. Is a separate world of people, situations, things made of matter being experienced by the dreamed character? Not really. Yeah? It's not a separate world. It is nothing but the dreamer's mind. Yeah? Now, look carefully. Does the dreamer ever think that the world is separate from the dream character in the dream world? No. It is not separate. So who creates this illusion that I am a separate individual? I am separate from this world. This is a question for self-inquiry. This is homework for you. Yeah, we only discuss here sense of sight right now. This proves that the knowledge of the thing does not prove the thing's existence. Yeah, you have the knowledge of flying over the city and you see the church and the steeple and the tall tower and all that. But does that knowledge prove that that city existed? That you really had these wings and you were flying over that city? So the knowledge of a thing does not prove the thing's existence. The knowledge of a thing does not show the thing's nature, but only shows knowledge. This is what the verse 1 and 2 say. I'll add one additional line here. So, what is knowing what? It is knowledge that is knowing knowledge. The instrument utilized is itself perceived by the instrument. Knowledge is knowing knowledge. The same thing can be applied now to hearing. What is hearing perceiving? Hearing is not perceiving any sound objects because there are no real sound objects in the dream. Hearing is only perceiving hearing. And what is the dream character hearing if there are no sound objects in the dream? The dream character, which is flying up there, is only hearing the dreamer's mind. You only hear your own mind in your own dream. You have constructed images of sound and you project that image of sound out there. And then you say, I am perceiving sound. Do you understand this? In short, you're only hearing yourself. This proves that the knowledge of a thing does not prove the thing's existence. The knowledge of a thing does not show the thing's nature. It only shows knowledge. Only knowledge is knowing itself. Knowledge knows knowledge. The instrument utilized is itself perceived by the instrument. Very clear? Now, in this dream, she is not tasting, touching, or smelling anything. But what if she lands on a tree and takes a fruit and she smells the fruit? Yeah? Smelling is perceiving smelling. Smelling is not perceiving any odor object because there is no real odor object in the dream. Yeah? The dream character is smelling the dreamer's mind. You have constructed an image of smell. You project that image of smell and then you say, I am perceiving that smell. You are perceiving your own projection. Yeah. Projection creates perception. In short, you only smell yourself in the dream. This proves that the knowledge of a thing, here there is knowledge of smelling, it does not prove the thing's existence. The knowledge of a thing does not show the thing's nature, but only shows knowledge. Same thing with tasting. There is no tasting, there is no food object really in the dream. Yet, you actually experience the flavor. How did you experience the flavor? You're only experiencing the dreamer's mind. The dreamer's mind has a screenshot of taste and it projects that, and that is what is perceived, and then you say, I perceive taste. Only taste your own mind in your own dream. Yeah? So in short, you only taste yourself. So knowledge of a thing does not prove the thing's existence. The knowledge of taste here does not prove the existence of the fruit. The knowledge of a thing does not show its nature but shows only knowledge. So knowledge is knowing knowledge here. Very clear? Same thing you apply to touching. Yeah. There are no tactile objects in the dream. Then what is the dreamer touching? Yeah. Dreamer's only taken a screenshot of its own or created an image, a construct of its own reality with the sense of touch and is projecting that and then perceiving its own projection. Yeah. And then it says that I am experiencing touch in the dream. No. Knowledge knows knowledge. The instrument utilized is itself perceived by the instrument. Same thing, thoughts, feelings, anger, whatever, anguish, whatever comes up in your dream. You're running from a tiger, whatever. All those things that you experience in the dream are nothing but constructs. You construct it, you project it, And then you perceive it and you say that I experienced anger, I experienced fear in the dream. I actually started sweating. The picture outside is only a projection of the inner condition. The knowledge of a thing does not prove the thing's existence, does not prove the thing's nature. It only shows knowledge. Whatever I perceive in the dream is the dreamer's mind. It is nothing other than the dreamer's mind. Yes. Dreamer's mind projects, creates reality. I experience that in the dream. As the dream phase ends, the projection stops. Projection of the dream world also stops. Projection of the dream character also stops. Both ends together. Simultaneously. It's not one after the other. Simultaneously, the dream character is also gone and the dream world also disappears. So what did we understand till here? Projection makes perception. Yeah? Projection creates perception. Perception is a result. It is not a cause. Yeah? And the world that I experience is what I gave to the world. Means I projected. Whatever I project, that is what I experience. Yeah? So the world I experience is what I gave to the world. The world is only an outside picture of my own internal condition, my own internal situation. Yeah? Internal condition is good. Do we all arrive at this same conclusion, all of us? Okay.